What is up, Midway Mayhem fans? This is Dan, and we are checking in from a brand new location today, Oasis Amusement Park. Yeah, in Missouri. Brand new park getting built. There's a lot to see and do. But before we head around the entire park, let's go over to the laydown lot and see what's there. Alright, so now we're over here at the laydown lot, and there's a lot of exciting stuff to see. Yeah, buddy, there's track. Right off the bat here, we can see air gates for one of the roller coasters. Vekoma usually ships them all over in one go. And we can see a mixture of different ride parts here, Moser Drop Tower, and there is some of the track from Vekoma for one of their family coasters. That one right there in the blue, well, that's going to be just like the one at Kings Island, Snoopy Soapbox Racers. Another look at those air gates over here in the laydown lot. And there's tons of that blue track. Again, if you've been on Snoopy Soapbox Racers, you know what it's like. We can see some of the ride part numbering right there on the track, as well as some end caps that are protecting the rails. We have 3D track all over the place. And speaking of other family coasters, they've got another one from Vekoma. They're in the yellow, and that one is going to be just like Dollywood's Dragon Flyer, the suspended roller coaster. And here's a close-up of some of those track pieces, and a really good close-up of some of the anchor points of this track. Little bit closer view of the Moser Drop Tower pieces. Now back to the track. And there's tons of it. Again, 2 roller coasters are now on site here in the laydown lot. We can see both of them sitting right next to each other with tarps covering the booster motors. These are basically the drive tires that propel the train. Some of these track sections obviously have more curvature than others. How the track is positioned during the layout, well, a lot of it is dependent on the columns, because usually those big base plates at the bottom of the track, well, they sit level and the columns kind of fit to them and conform to them. Just a guess here, but I think that yellow piece of track is part of the station or leading up to the lift hill, as it has some curvature and again some of the booster motors. And just look at all of the other yellow track pieces sitting here in the laydown lot. Some support columns here on the ground in black, and that is going to be for the suspended coaster with all the yellow. So hey, I'm liking the color scheme. Looks nice to me. Parts that we can see kind of further away, I believe, are for the Vomitron, and then we have the track pieces again for the 2 Vekoma family coasters. Now, this track right here, we can see kind of has that weird into it. Well, that's going to be the spike for it. Then these track pieces we can see are either for the transfer track or maintenance barn or even just the brake run in general, but we can see some of the magnetic braking right there. Much closer look here at the Vomitron arms. We can see all of the LED lights on the side of it. And there are the two arms. So ride vehicles will connect to the base of that. Stairs here likely for the Dragonflyer clone model. And some of the railing that goes up those stairs right there. What appears to be some leftover parts for the Slingshot. We have a pulley. Looks like we have some seats for the Moser drop tower all wrapped up in place. And here we are. Now we're at the main job site where the park will eventually take shape. First thing to take note of is this beautiful property right here on the lake is coming along pretty quickly. We have a retaining wall right there where guests will be able to walk. There will be concessions, food. We can see part of the Slingshot is fully built, so the towers are done. They just need to get the launch box in there, as well as the platform and ride vehicle cable strung up. Lots of rebar all over the place. The property will have 12 attractions, Ferris wheel, roller coasters, other family attractions, and as we saw in the storage lot, lots of those are already on site. Just need to get them in the air. They are going to have an arcade as well as an indoor water park. There's also going to be a Marriott Resort and a giant parking garage with 1,000 parking spaces. As of right now, Oasis Amusement Park is looking for a 2026 opening, so hopefully everything goes all well with that. There's going to be a massive 30,000 square foot convention center. Is getting a lot of people excited about that. And the whole area in general is really excited about this resort coming here. A lot of jobs are going to be built. There's over 200 boat slips that are going to be available to access this park as well. So pretty much it's going to be a one-stop shop for entertainment, shopping, food, beverage, hotel, dining, water park, you name it. Oasis is going to have it. Well guys, that's going to do it for our video here from Oasis Amusement Park in Missouri. Exciting stuff, as we saw a lot of ride parts are now in the laydown lot, and work is progressing over here at the main project site. As we can see, the Slingshot is up and a lot of the infrastructure is going in right now. Of course, we're going to have more updates from here, so if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and the website formerly known as Twitter at Midway Mayhem, and I will see you out on the Midway.